Okay.
but guidelines is always a guidelines.
Right.
So then government of India, inside the parliament also there are a lot of discussion about this guidelines, and 2007 से एक legislation करने के लिए सोचा गया कि इसको एक law बना जाए, but it took lot of time. Till 2013 it becomes a law, and that law is called today is the sexual harassment of at workplace for women, and that is the 2013 को law pass हुआ है, not हुआ है अभी, it is there, and it is today is the 9th December. Oh, that is a lucky day. That is the day when that law become already that post law has come to entire
Effect.
to yeah, affecting.
Okay.
So, so we are celebrating today 10 years of that law.
Wow. More power to us.
Yeah, that is the best day we can discuss about this law. And in this law, there are eight chapter and 30 sections. Okay, so and they have entirely that how that harassment has to be dealt. Three things in that law they have discussed. One is to prevent. That means ये जो चीज होता है वो नहीं होना चाहिए.
नहीं होना चाहिए.
Prohibit.
Right.
Prohibit means मेरा organization में, मेरा workplace में, we have to, if somebody is doing, we have to prohibit, we have to counsel
Right.
and say, boss, this is not, this behavior is not
Not
acceptable. And third
acceptable.
is very important, it's called readdressal. That means if something happened and the person will complain within 90 days, mark my word,
Okay.
90 days, the justice has to come out. It is a
Okay.
mandate. So it is not tarik per tarik, tarik pe tarik. It has
Right.
to
Right.
be
Right.
over within 90 days. So that is the beauty of this law called prevention, prohibition, and readdressal. Okay, about on the, and that is only applicable at workplace for women, and that's supposed to be any working relationship. That means that 3W: women, working
Okay.
relationship, and
Working.
वर्किंग रिलेशनशिप होना चाहिए, एंड एक वर्क प्लेस के अंदर होना चाहिए.
होना चाहिए.
वर्क
Right. Right.
प्लेस डिफाइंड है, से फॉर
Hmm.
एग्जांपल कहाँ कहाँ वर्क प्लेस हो सकता है आपका,
Hmm.
ऑफिस में, या आप अगर कोई वेंडर के पास जाते हो
Hmm.
उधर भी हो सकता है, एलिवेटर में भी हो सकता है,
Right. Hmm.
कैफेटेरिया में भी हो सकता है, ट्रेनिंग रूम में भी हो सकता है. ओके,
Hmm.
अगर टीम बाहर गए हैं आउटिंग के लिए
Hmm.
स्पॉन्सर करके, उधर भी कुछ होता है तो भी that post law affected है. Especially after COVID, that again amendment has come that जहाँ पे work from home करते हैं, work from home होता है, work from home is also now workplace. So ये
Hmm.
जो harassment होता है अगर ये सब जगह में होता है वर्कप्लेस में एंड वर्किंग रिलेशंस में और एक लड़की के साथ, वुमेन के साथ, then this law, that post law will come effect. And we have IPC also. Okay, we have right to
Indian Penal Code. Yeah. Hmm.
IPC penal code is also there for them.
Okay.
But many organization and government also, especially women and child welfare department, they want in workplace a lady like you, or say my sister, my wife, my daughter, if they are going, they should feel safe,
Hmm.
and so that they will make their productivity wow. Company
Hmm.
supposed not, they should not think about those things, and they will concentrate on that data. That is the beauty of that law, and that is what it
Right.
is. Me too is that something different than this POS law.
Right. So you said that within 90 days, the award of punishment has to be given. So in this case, who decides that whether the case holds water or not? Who is
Yeah,
the deciding
yeah,
authority?
that again another very nice questions. In this law, in this law, it is a provision that organization has to form a internal complaint committee. We call it
Okay.
ICC. Okay, internal complaint committee का job क्या काम है कि that's supposed to be a lady, which is presiding officer. She will be the presiding officer. और 4 मेंबर, 2 मिनिमम, एक लेडी मेंबर रहना है उधर, और एक मेल रहेगा, और एक एक्सटर्नल मेंबर रहेगा. दैट मीन्स ही इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So that will be nominated by the management, and their
Okay.
job is they're like quasi judicial. Okay.
Mm.
So within the moment there is a complaint come to them, so they will immediately start uh, collecting evidence. They start talking to both the party,
Mm.
that is who has done complaint and who is the response, and they will sit together, find out exactly what happened. They will follow the natural justice, like you have to have evidence and witness. The same thing, whatever happened in the court and all. So they will do that things, find out the evidence and the witness, and they will record everything. And if the person is found guilty, they will recommend, my mark my word, they will recommend
Recommend.
a
Mm.
punishment to the management. So, and everything in this will be confidential. That
Okay.
means the respondent and the person who complained, they're supposed to be their recording, their proceeding, everything will be confidential, because organization wants to make these things very confidential, so that other people should not know this. It should not go to out from the
Right. Mm.
organization. They want to solve this, and it is a civil law. It is a civil law. It is a welfare law, and therefore maximum punishment a person will get is maybe termination of his
Of
job,
the employment. Yeah.
or some hefty fine. Beside
Okay.
this, when you start with a apology letter, then
Mm.
motion, maybe change of location, change of division, or
Okay. So,
sorry.
okay. Sir, you said, uh, yeah, you said about, yeah. Sir, you said about constitution of a committee, but that can only happen in big size organizations, be it public or private sector. So what about the unorganized sector?
Yeah, I will tell you. There are
How?
two
Yeah.
things. Okay. If a organization having more than 10 people, so they're supposed to conduct a ICC. Okay, maybe if they don't have enough women employee also, they can go to their branch, or somebody will help them onto that. If the organization is less than 10, because as I told you, this law is for women, for applicable for all establishment, all.
Okay.
That means if my maid who is working
Oh.
with me, see, her
Hmm.
workplace is my house. If
Yes.
if somebody will harass inside my house,
Hmm.
she can get into means she is coming under the POS law. Okay, so
Okay.
for them there is a committee called LCC, Local Complaint Committee.
Okay.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रहता है, और डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रहता है, और ये
Hmm.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर ऑफिस में उनका इंफॉर्मेशन रहता है.
Okay.
Say for example, if my organization also having lot of people, but the IC committee member, if they the complaint for them also, for example, a member of उसी के ऊपर आया है, so then it will go to LCC.
Hmm.
Plus, say for example, my ICC member is a general manager. Okay,
Okay.
if someone is above of of
The general
her,
manager rank. Yeah.
हाँ, like
Hmm.
maybe vice president, उसी के
Hmm.
ऊपर अगर complaint आता है, that also go to LCC. So LCC
Okay.
has a very important role in
Role.
district, yeah, in
Hmm.
district, and they also do that same 90 days redressal. They cannot keep the things pending on the things. Okay, so there is a committee that's supposed to be maybe presiding officer, or maybe district magistrate, or maybe he may be nominated somebody. Okay, because why I'm saying January 31st is the last day where, like, you file your return, we have to, all organization has to file a report
Oh.
to the government of India by Women's and
Okay.
Child Welfare that this is the number of cases happened, and all here again, all organizations supposed to train their people.
Okay.
Every each one of them, it is maybe a lady, maybe a gent, they has to know this law, what is there in this law.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
because
wow.
no, so this is compulsory for everybody. It is a compliances
Organization.
of
Okay.
organization, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to be harass free, uh,
Yes.
zero
Secure. Yeah.
tolerance and
Hmm.
secure safe
Hmm.
place. Okay, so
Right.
therefore this
Right.
is okay.
Hmm.
So ICC member, as I told you, that okay, if there is less than number, then they can go to LCC, local complaint committee.
So, yeah. So here one question popped up in my head that you said that in the lady's case, the poor lady's case who was harassed and then raped, in her case, physical touch was there. So does only physical touch constitute to sexual harassment or?
No, 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 no. Sexual harassment happened in three form. Okay, one is physical, second is called verbal, and third is called non-verbal. Physical is, like, you are in the working place, you hug somebody, pat on the back, okay, you do like this, or sometime, physically you just try to block him on her way, and all these things were physical touch, or handshake which is more than 30 seconds. Okay,
Ah,
or
right.
yeah, or you entering into somebody's intimated space, like,
Hmm. Going
पास
too
में
close.
आके yeah, too
Yeah.
close to that person. It is physical. Verbal means मैं गाली देता हूँ इधर उधर,
Hmm.
और जो गाली है वो हरस सेक्सुअल इन नेचर रहना है. ओके, गाली देता हूँ या ऐसा कुछ बोलता हूँ, गसिप करता हूँ, आपके आपके शरीर के बारे में बोलता हूँ,
Right.
आप क्या पहना है ये सब के बारे में
Hmm.
बोलता हूँ, एंड उसको रिपीटेडली बोलने के बाद भी ही इज डूइंग दैट थिंग्स, ही और सी इज डूइंग दैट थिंग.
Hmm.
सो
Hmm.
दैट इज व्हाट विल बी द वर्बल काइंड ऑफ थिंग. नॉर्मल
Hmm.
नॉन वर्बल क्या है, जो आप जो जेस्चर दिखाते हैं, जैसे
Hmm.
ऐसा
Hmm.
साइन करना, ओके,
Hmm.
या कुछ ऐसा कुछ बोलना,
Hmm.
जैसे, और आपको आपको स्टेयरिंग करके देखना, मीन्स जो
आंख मारना.
हाउसकीपिंग,
Hmm.
आंख
Hmm.
मारना, या
Hmm.
हाउसकीपिंग स्टाफ काम करते हैं, उनके ऊपर जाके स्टेयरिंग करके देखना. और
Hmm.
आप जब जाते हैं, आपको ताड़ना, जो ताड़ना बोलते हैं हिंदी में,
Hmm.
जैसे ताड़
Hmm.
के देखते हैं, ऐसा
Hmm.
करके
Hmm.
देखते हैं. तो
Right.
दोज
Hmm.
आर नॉन वर्बल, नॉन वर्बल
Sexual
sexual
harassment.
harassment, and it
Hmm.
is already written in the in the law, in a law.
Okay.
And we
Hmm.
also trained many organization. I trained personally that okay, what kind of verbal sexual harassment and happen. And
Hmm.
sometimes क्या होता है, कि क्या होता है कि there are two form of sexual harassment, जो मैं बोला हूँ कि जैसे अनवेलकम बिहेवियर करते हैं,
Hmm.
जानबूझ के करते हैं, या अनवेलकम बिहेवियर करते हैं जो हमको अच्छा नहीं लगता है.
अच्छा नहीं लगता
सेकेंड
है.
थिंग होता है, एक एक कभी कभी क्या हो जाता है कि मेरा इंटेंट अच्छा रहता है, जैसे आई लाइक दैट शी हैज डन अ वेरी नाइस जॉब, सो आई वेंट देयर एंड हग हर,
Yeah.
या आई गिव पैट ऑन हर बैक,
Pat on the back. Right.
और ऐसा चुटकी कर दिया,
Hmm.
ऐसा
Hmm. Hmm.
ऐसा. बट माई इंटेंट इज गुड एज ए
Hmm.
मेल, आई एम मे बी, माई इंटेंट इज गुड, बट
Hmm.
the intense, the impact of that, she may
हाँ.
not
Intent.
like that, she may not like
Cement.
that, she may be,
Hmm.
she may आपको एक दो बार बोलेगी कि भैया
Hmm.
ऐसा, सर ऐसा मत
Hmm.
कीजिए. But
Hmm.
if you keep on doing that,
Keep on doing it. Yeah.
yeah, keep on, because harassment होता है, दो तीन बार होने के बाद ही
Hmm.
ऐसा है. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि काउंसलिंग, जैसे आईसीसी मेंबर को पावर दिया गया है कि दे सपोज टू सीक, जैसे मैं अभी आपके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ, आईसीसी मेंबर का काम है कि सब डिपार्टमेंट में जाके वो ट्रेनिंग देना उनको. हमारा ऑफिस में आप आओगे तो देखोगे पोस्टर है, मेल आईडी है,
Hmm.
कि ऐसा हरासमेंट में ऐसा नहीं होता है, मींस
Hmm.
दिस इज अ प्लेस इज सेफ फॉर लेडी. ओके, सो वो
Right.
चीज होता है. सो ऐसा नहीं कि ओनली फिजिकल इंफॉर्मेशन, ये भी वर्बल भी होता है, नॉन वर्बल भी होता है.
Okay. So we understood that verbal, normal, verbal, दोनों type of sexual harassment can take place. But sir, how rampant or how common is sexual harassment in Indian case, Indian
मैं
official
या
setting?
मीन्स अभी अभी देखिए कि ये जो लॉ आके 10 साल हो गया, बट सॉरी टू से दैट मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन is still yet to implement these things. Okay, implement is not that law के बारे में, implement is full implementation, like पॉलिसी एक बनाना, और एक पॉलिसी बनाने के बाद एक आईसीसी मेंबर कंस्टिट्यूट करना, उसके बाद जो इम्पोर्टेंट व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू इज द ट्रेनिंग। सबको वो चीज पता होना चाहिए कि देर इज ए लॉ विच इज प्रोटेक्टिंग देयर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में। तो मैं जब बाहर जो ट्रेनिंग भी देता हूँ, जैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री होता है, जैसे सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है, लेडी रहते हैं, और पब्लिक आते हैं उधर, उनको इधर उधर बोल के जाते हैं, बट दे डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू, एंड दे विल जस्ट ऑलवेज हैविंग ए प्रेशर, स्ट्रेस में आ जाते हैं कि ये काम मैं कर रहा हूँ और मुझे गाली सुनना पड़ता है। ओके, एक मैनेजर हमेशा मैं जब जाता हूँ ऑफिस को, एक लेडी बन के, वो मैनेजर मेरे ऊपर ऐसा हमेशा, ही इज बुलिंग मी, ही इज शाउटिंग एट मी, एंड ही इज डिमांडिंग, जैसे मैं बोला क्विड प्रो,
Hmm.
तुमको
Hmm.
मैं ये करूंगा ये करूंगा, ये हमेशा बोलता है, और बोलता है चलो डेटिंग में चले,
Hmm.
दैट इज ऑल्सो सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट, डेटिंग में
Right?
चलते हैं
Hmm.
या कोई रेस्टोरेंट जाते हैं, मूवी हॉल जाएंगे, ये जाएंगे, वो टेंशन में रहता है। सो ये जो मैं अगर समराइज करूं, it is very very there
Yes.
in our place, and but the rate is the if it has a proper implementation। मैं एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को 2 बार गया हूँ। जब फर्स्ट टाइम जो रिकॉर्ड था, मैं जब एचआर के साथ बैठ के या आईसीसी मेंबर के साथ बैठता हूँ, उसमें पता चल जाता है कि सर, हमारा ट्रेनिंग के बाद या मेरा हम लोग व्हेन वी आर मेकिंग देम अवेयर अबाउट दिस थिंग्स थोड़ा कम हो रहा है। एंड
Hmm.
आई थिंक दैट इट विल बी कमिंग डाउन, बिकॉज दो 8 घंटा जो लोग आते हैं 8 hours टू वर्क, इफ दे कंसेंट्रेट देयर वर्क, एंड वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैम, is that behave is the very very important। so we have to train this that okay, behavior से ही harassment होता है। मेरा अगर कोई प्रतिकूल बिहेवियर रहता है, जो बिहेवियर जो हरासमेंट होता है क्यों है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इम्बैलेंस पावर होता है। हम लोग का जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एक स्ट्रक्चर है, मैं मैनेजर हूँ, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ। कभी कभी क्या होता है कि एक जेंडर के बीच में कंपटीशन होता है, तब भी हरासमेंट होता है। तो वो चीज रहता है। सो इसीलिए जो इम्बैलेंस रहता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, कि पावर इम्बैलेंस रहता है,
Hmm. Yes.
अकाउंटेबिलिटी अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं रहता है। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं कर दूंगा, क्या हो जाएगा, मैं तुमको गाली दूं तो तुम कर देते हो, ओके, अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं रहता है। तो और थर्ड मैक्सिमम थिंग हैपेंड, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ था कि इंटेंट वर्सेस इम्पैक्ट के बारे में, बहुत लोग पता नहीं चलता कि सर इसको सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट बोलते हैं या इसको हरासमेंट बोलते हैं। वो तो कुछ रिएक्शन नहीं किया है, वो रिएक्शन नहीं करती है, बट उसका मन में रहता है, जाके मम्मी को बोलते हैं या उसका फ्रेंड को बोलता है, ये इसका
Hmm.
कॉलीग को बोलते हैं। ओके, सो उनका मन में रहता है। तो वो भी बहुत लोग के ऑन नॉट अवेयर अबाउट
Not
दिस थिंग।
aware. Hmm.
सो उसके वजह से वो लोग हरासमेंट ये में आ जाते हैं।
अच्छा। So, how common is sexual harassment in India? So, how common is sexual harassment in India? Here is a report by TRT World. Okay. तो एडिटिंग में वो डाला जाएगा सर। सर, most of the women, as you said, they do not generally complain at the drop of a hat. So, when जो पानी है सिर के ऊपर से जाती है, तब जाके woman complains. But most of the time, what happens is that they receive a lot of backlashing by the bystanders or say other colleagues regarding opening up. So, how should the other colleagues behave if a woman is complaining about sexual harassment?
जैसे कंप्लेनिंग जो होता है ना, जो आप बोल रहे हैं कि पानी ऊपर तक जाने से पहले, ये नहीं, अगर ये एजुकेशन नहीं हुआ है, अगर ट्रेनिंग
Hmm.
नहीं हुआ है, तो वो लोग ऐसा करेंगे कि ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज लाइक दैट ओनली।
Hmm.
तो हम लोग, मैं भी सब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को बोलूंगा कि प्लीज ट्रेन योर पीपल, एवरीबडी
Right.
शुड नो। because somebody is behaving badly, that guy has to be punished or that guy has to be caught. And
Yes.
because जो मैं बोल रहा था पहले, behavior मेरा एक्शन है, बट नेचर इज माय पर्सनालिटी. दैट
Hmm.
मीन्स मैं ऐसा नेचर का हूँ, मैं सबको ऐसे ऐसा बात करता हूँ. जो नेचर जो है, आपको पता होगा, नेचर और सिग्नेचर कभी चेंज नहीं होता.
Right, right.
सो ये नेचर वाले को पकड़ना है और उसको
Hmm.
बोलना कि दिस इज नॉट योर प्लेस टू वर्क और
Yes,
योर
yes, yes. Hmm. Hmm.
कंप्लेन. कंप्लेन जो होता है कि सबको सबको ऐसा जानकारी है कि एक लेडी ओनली कंप्लेन टू ए against a gents.
Gent.
No,
Yeah.
no, this is totally wrong. A male also can complain,
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
saying that okay, this is a hostile environment वो बना रहा है बंदा,
Hmm.
इधर उधर गंदा बात करता है, गंदा इशारा करता है, which
Hmm.
just make this thing hostile. So I am
Hmm.
putting a, so male can also give a male. Another thing also आपको अभी बोल रहा हूँ तो बोल रहा हूँ, एक मेल ऑल्सो, एक फीमेल ऑल्सो, एक मेल ऑल्सो फीमेल के बारे में भी कंप्लेन कर सकता है. दैट
Right.
मीन्स okay, they are gossiping something about other lady, which is also harassment.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A
Hmm.
male complain against women, a woman also can complain male, and
Hmm.
and the third one I have not told you. मैंने बोला आपको, a woman can complain against a woman also.
Okay.
That means sometimes they are gossiping. जैसे आपका शादी क्यों नहीं हुआ, इस
Oh, okay.
they are
Hmm.
talking about their sex lives. Okay,
Right.
so those things also a woman can complain. Okay, now that complaint procedure is actually is not very. It is, as I told you, it is very confidential, and these things we have to educate those people. No one, no one in ICC member वाले किसी को नहीं बोलेंगे कि क्या कंप्लेन है, क्या प्रोसीडिंग चल रहा है, क्या रिकमेंडेशन हुआ है. सो दैट कॉन्फिडेंट वी वांट टू गिव इट. सेकंड थिंग,
Hmm.
if I'm facing this problem, I'm just telling this to your viewers and my viewers also, that there is a government portal where it is called cbox,
Hmm.
and it is cbox.nic.in. They can log in that portal. They put their complaint in that and the organization name. If they're scared, if I'm scared to give a complaint
Open up.
against
Yeah.
my boss, yeah.
My boss.
So
Yeah.
that yeah, boss and all, then cbox will capture that things and forwarded to the concerned people. So they either they
Hmm.
will go to LCC or ICC accordingly, and they will take the complaint accordingly. So it is a
Beautiful.
beautiful portal, and
Hmm.
viewers can go, and there are a lot of resources there, a lot of videos are there. They can also there cbox.in. Okay, is the cbox.nic.in is the portal name. That there also they can complain. So, but complaint is has to be done if you find there is a hostile environment or somebody is doing knowingly, that is quid pro के लिए कर रहा है या कुछ
Hmm.
पाने के लिए कर रहा है. So the complaint has to be done.
Right, right, right. This is a very great information that you gave us, sir. Sir, there are a few questions which have been asked by the viewers. मैं पूछूंगी आपसे. Suppose in the case of pats on the back, which is unwelcome by one of the women, but for other women, someone else, the pat on the back is all right. There is no issue.
Yeah, so
Sir, city sound. Once some sound was coming, so
from
let
my
me.
side,
Yes, sir.
no, no,
Okay, let me. The sound is coming from your side, sir.
no, no, nothing, no.
Okay, okay, ठीक. Let me rephrase the question. One of the audience has asked that in case of the pats of the back on one of the employees, which was unwelcome for her, does it constitute to sexual harassment? But my question is that pats on the back might be constituted as sexual harassment in her case, but for someone else, it might come as a welcome, action. So
Yes.
how? Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what, intent versus impact, whatever I told, you
Hmm.
have to see that, my intent is pattern back, even hug or handshake.
Hmm.
हैंडशेक जब भी करते हैं ना हम लोग 30 सेकंड से ऊपर करेंगे तो दैट ऑल्सो समटाइम इट इज कॉल्ड एज सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट बिकॉज यू आर
Hmm.
आप नहीं छोड़ रहे
Hmm.
कोविड
Hmm.
taught us that okay नमस्कार करो कोविड में के बाद but the thing is that the intent if that guy is this lady is not reacted to your pat then that is
Hmm.
okay.
It's okay. Hmm.
It's okay. She is not
Hmm.
complaining. Okay. But if she feels that unwelcome way that person is patting back,
Hmm.
okay. So therefore, and if she said somebody that okay, sir, I don't like it, or she complained कर रहा है,
Hmm.
मतलब देखिए जब आईसीसी में ये लोग कंप्लेन करते हैं ना तो दोनों पार्टी को बुलाया जाता है और
Hmm.
पूछा जाता है कि दिस इज योर कंप्लेंट सो ये अगर बोल देगा सॉरी सॉरी आई नेवर न्यू दैट इट इज then if he is outright denied then proceeding will come if he says
Hmm.
oh no no ठीक है मुझे पता नहीं था आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है then
Hmm.
I'm putting apology letter to you and let us stop this one so ICC member will take
Okay.
I have just
Who is a trainer at IIG Varsity. He is a certified POS trainer. Along with that, he's also a certified POXO compliance auditor and is associated with big names like Tata Power, Jindal Steel, and Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Sir, a hearty welcome to you.
thank you
Namaskar.
so much namaskar.
Sir, starting this important topic, my first question would be what exactly is sexual harassment at workplace?
Okay, so sexual harassment, I just divide these two words, sexual harassment. The important is the harassment. Okay, workplace may, okay, there should not be any harassment part of. Okay, harassment, you will leave people not concentrating their work, and they will get into a stress. Okay, and they will not give their best. So therefore, any kind of harassment is always a challenge for any workplace. First, second thing, this sexual harassment concept has come, how it comes to India, and it is there in US and other places also outside. But sexual harassment came because what we found out, if you get back to history in 1992, there is a lady called Vauri Devi. She was working for a government NGOs whose jobs are is there to check that okay any social evil things are happening or not. तो
Okay.
वो क्या कि what she did is that she just wanted to stop a child marriage, and
Okay.
she was harassed that time, harassed in the sense physically harassed. And second thing, they gang raped her in front of her husband. It is a very gruesome thing. The entire country now, just that time it was a very hue and cry. Lot of women organizations who are working for this cause of ladies and other, and also all social activities activate and other people, they went to Supreme Court saying that our people, those who are lady, if they're going to a workplace and they're harassed like this, they're
Hmm.
not able to do their job, and some people are harassing. So what will be their position? They're not in a very nice mood to
Hmm.
get to work, and and it is not a good sign for India.
Yes.
So 1996, unfortunately, those people who have they've got they acquitted, but that movement has started in 97.
Hmm.
So Supreme Court has come up with a Visakha guidelines saying that workplace harassment में these are the guidelines each organization जहाँ पे लोग स्पेशली लेडीज काम करते हैं ये
Hmm.
गाइडलाइंस को मान के चलना है. तो वो गाइडलाइंस में ऐसा था कि a lady should not be subject to any harassment at their workplace, sexual harassment at their workplace, and they defined many things.
Hmm.
But in India, guidelines are guidelines. Most of the
Hmm.
organizations they have not follow those
Followed.
the guidelines,
Right.
and
Hmm.
therefore, what happened in 2007? This legislation called Prevention of Sexual Harassment came into the picture. So it took another 5 years, okay, 5 to 6 years, and today is the best day because December 9, 2013, this
Hmm.
law, Prevention of Sexual Harassment law, passed in both the House, Parliament,
In both the houses. Right.
Rajya
Hmm.
Sabha and Lok Sabha, and got the nod of President, and it is gazetted, and it came into it started its activity on that is December 9, 2010, and Women and Child Welfare Department is looking after this. They are the custodial of this law. Okay, now
Hmm.
so this sexual harassment actually, because and that harassment comes because what I display, what I behave in my workplace. Okay, as an individual, I supposed to behave the way people supposed to welcome me. Okay, people say that we have to work with this person, but
Hmm.
there are certain unwelcome behavior which display by the organization people, those who are working, which will affect the ladies or women working there.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is called sexual harassment, and that harassment, that behavior has to be stopped sometimes, and somebody supposed to tell them. So therefore, this legislation has come. So sexual this is called Prevention of Sexual Harassment, 2013. So it has 8 chapter and 30 section in that, and they have explained everything related to that harassment. So sexual harassment has come from that day, and most of the organization today has following that, and they have their own policy and procedures to follow that, and it has to be mandatory that okay the organization has to uh, follow these things, and where there is a workplace.
Okay, okay. So, like you said, the poor lady, she was gang raped. She was harassed and then gang raped. So, does there need to be physical touch for sexual harassment, or it be
Any other?
like some other?
No,
Yes.
that is what, sexual harassment, in the definition they told it that a behavior, a
Hmm,
behavior which is unwelcome or sexual nature is
hmm,
called sexual harassment. It means whatever I am behaving, if it is unwelcome to the others, and if I have not created a hostile environment, so that is called sexual harassment. Okay, so it is not physical only. So
hmm.
physical, verbal, and non-verbal also. So
Okay.
this lady gang rape, that is another case which is going on. But the thing is that sexual harassment on the workplace. Okay, so I will definitely explain what is that physical and verbal and non-verbal. But yes, the form is in three forms. A lady can be harassed physically. For example, if you are very close to that person while working, or if you are giving a hug to her or pat on the back, okay, doing like this and all, which is
Hmm,
very unwelcome by that lady. Second thing, if verbal is what? Verbal is that if I am just shouting in a very bad language to a lady, or
hmm,
a group which is making that environment hostile, that means वो वातावरण जो है प्रतिकूल कर रहा है, खराब कर रहा है, so that is also a sexual harassment. That means I should not use those words, that verbal word. Okay, it is maybe a gossip, it may be bullying or shouting somebody, or commenting somebody's anatomy, a lady का anatomy में क्या हो,
hmm,
or it may be cat calling. Cat calling means जो sound बनाते हैं ना हमारा मुंह से
hmm, hmm.
ये
Yes,
सब,
yes.
ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड कैट कलिंग. वो करना नहीं चाहिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर. ओके, दैट इज वर्बली. नॉन वर्बली क्या है? द जेस्चर व्हिच वी शो, like
Hmm,
that person. Most of the time, when housekeeping is doing their job, these people will stare,
hmm,
following with her, and
hmm,
staring as that, or making some sound as a
hmm.
gesture, like
Gestures.
आंख
Hmm,
मारना, ऐसा कुछ, मुंह लिप्स के ऊपर कुछ करना, और हाथ में कुछ साइन दिखाना. All behavior as non-verbal, but it affect, it is called sexual harassment, and it has to be stopped in that.
hmm. So we learned that it can be physical and verbal and non-verbal also.
Yes.
But how rampant or how common is sexual harassment in Indian workplace for women?
Okay, this is because it is again, harassment happened because of balance inside our powers. So
Hmm.
we have a structure, a
Hierarchy, yeah.
hierarchy in that
Hmm.
organization. So harassment or behavior, why we will harass a person when we are in that power symbol? The first thing happened called the sexual harassment called quid pro type of
Hmm.
quid
Hmm.
pro means, ये legal word है, but quid pro means कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ देना
कुछ
पड़ेगा.
कुछ देना पड़ेगा, हाँ.
Okay, that means
Hmm.
if I want, if someone want a promotion, he has to give something to her boss. Or if she wants to get rating in her appraisal, she has to do something. If she wants to relocate something, she has to give them. So he may ask for a dating, he may ask for something,
Hmm.
something sexual favor from that lady. So that is called quid pro way of doing the things. Okay. So second thing is called hostile environment. People do that things. Okay. So if you look into what is happening in the organization because of this power imbalances, okay, bosses, so yeah, colleagues are also, they are thinking that okay, we never knew that okay, nobody has taught us what is sexual harassment and what is other harassment, और ये harass करने से हमको कोई जैसे मैं बोलूंगा कि देयर इज ए इंटेंट एंड इम्पैक्ट हियर। इंटेंट मींस
Hmm.
इंटेंट अच्छा रहता है, जैसे पैट ऑन द बैक हो या कुछ अच्छा किया तो
Hmm.
हग करना, एक हैंडशेक करना, मेरा इंटेंट अच्छा है, बट द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ दैट लेडी इज डिफरेंट।
Hmm. Different. Yeah.
Which that means she feel it is unwelcome. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is one type of, but uh, आप देखोगे तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में when we are very young, people are working in that organization and all these things. So if this kind of verbal, non-verbal or physical form of harassment, sexual harassments are happening in that, okay, so there is no there's supposed to be education in that. Okay, there is supposed to be a policy on this. Okay,
Hmm.
so most of the organization today get into a zero tolerance policy. Zero tolerance policy means any kind of harassment. It may be sexual
Hmm.
harassment or workplace harassment, or somebody is harassing on social or anything. That has to be stopped in that, and they are zero tolerance. They will not tolerate this for people. Okay, and therefore, but and also this POS as a process document, they're supposed to have as per their policy. If they are keeping that things, it will be definitely helping the organization. At the end of the day, when I'm going for to a work, I shouldn't get
Hmm.
into that stress of somebody will harass me, somebody will
Exactly.
do some behavior which will affect my work, or I am
Hmm.
not feeling that okay, that guy is my boss and always asking for this kind of things. He's staring me. Whatever I wear, he will comment on that things. Okay, he will ask me personal question related to my sex life or any why I'm not getting married and all these things.
Married. Huh?
Yeah, so bad in nature, but the thing is that mostly organization has to stop these things, and they're supposed to have this policy on front. So it is happening in India.
Yeah, yeah. Sir, we have a very beautiful report by TRT World
Yes.
on how common is sexual harassment in Indian workplace. Our viewers can have it here. Welcome back. So, sir, you said that hostile work environment. उसके बारे में थोड़ा विस्तार से बताइए.
हाँ, hostile work environment ऐसा होता है कि maybe we are working, very young people are working in various organizations, young या old, what whoever may be. The hostile man means that person's behavior, whatever he's doing in a group or as a person, make the environment very hostile. That means he's doing gossiping, he's doing commenting, he's making sound, he's behaving badly, he's commenting somebody some things. Okay, he's inappropriately touching the things, like
Hmm.
he's touching somebody, feeling that okay, it's okay for him. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and staring and all these things are making, that means I'm entering to my organization and this guy is sitting in front of me or beside me or going there and do that thing. So that person's behavior need to be changed. That is making the environment hostile on sexual harassment.
Sir, suppose a lady complains against a hostile environment created by the boss, and it is not, suppose a lady wants to complain, but it's not a very big organization where we have a committee. So, where should she go to make such a complaint?
Okay, let me tell you about this committee. What is this committee? As per the post law, each organization, okay, let me first tell you that all establishment all establishment supposed to follow, which is a workplace, supposed to follow this law. Okay, this is a law, means if you are driving, means you have to follow the driving law. Okay, whatever
Hmm.
motor vehicle act,
Yes.
follow karna. So this is, if it is a workplace, we have to follow this law. Okay, we have to abide by this law. So each establishment, even in a very short, if my maid is coming to my house, her
Okay.
workplace is here. So we have
Acha.
to be, if she is harassed, then she must be she must be coming into this post law. Okay, now complaining.
Okay.
Now what happened that in that law they mentioned that each all establishment more than 10 people, they can form a they're supposed to do a committee called internal complaint committee. Okay, where
Okay.
a presiding officer will be there with the chairman of that committee. She's supposed to be a lady and little senior of a lady, and she must be knowing all this law and all these things, which she can be trained and all. Under her, either two lady will be there, okay, as a member, and one इसमें एक male भी रह सकता है, and one external member will be there who is not related to the organization, and his or her job will be mostly to supervise this whatever complaint happened and how they are doing that their proceeding. And he may be from a NGO background or maybe from law background or knowing the subject very well. Okay, so that is the pedagogy.
Sir, ହାତ ବାଜି ଯାଉଛି, sound ହଉଛି.
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक
हाँ,
है.
yeah, okay. He may, yeah.
So he may be a person from that maybe from NGO or any other places. So he has to be included in that committee. Now, this,
Committee, right.
yeah, and these people, ICC is a very powerful quasi judge. We call it them. Okay, that means they have the power to take
Like a judge.
judgment. Okay, judge like a judge. Okay,
Hmm.
now if that complaint comes, okay, complaint comes, they have to do that. We have to readdress these things. Readdress means within 90 days of the complaint, it has to be solved. Okay, either
Okay.
it is a punishment or it is a award or something. If nothing is there and all these things, they have to. The result has to come. Okay, 90 days. Okay, this is the beauty of this law, is that no tarikh pe tarikh, no tarikh pe tarikh, it will come of the 90 days in 90 days. Okay, now you told about that. Okay, a poor lady or where there is a no ICC is there in that organization, where he will go, where she will go. So the first thing is that there is another committee which is there in each district called LCC, that is Local Complaint Committee. The district magistrate is the chairperson. He can nominate another person, maybe on behalf of him or her, as a chairperson. So, for example, my maid, where she will go? She can go to the SPC, okay, because it is a one person organization. She's workplace, okay. Now, now other people supposed to complain in the ICC, where each organization has that, and it is very prominently they will display their name and everything. So if a lady has a problem, want to go for a complaint, she will just go check the number, and either they will send an email or a written complaint to him. So this is what the complaining this is the way the reporting for complaint supposed to be.
So, is there any online portal where one can log in and put a complaint
That is what,
discreetly?
so that is what I supposed to tell you, that okay, if why that online portal is there and all, because sometimes people not ready to complain because of uh,
Right.
because my IC member is very scary for me, or people may talk about why you are putting complaint and all these things. So therefore, government has come out with a portal called cbox.nic.in, cbox.nic.in, where they can log in and give the complaint to about the complaint about the persons. Okay, now that will be definitely forwarded to the nearest, if it is a local complaint committee has to handle, it will forward it to local complaint committee. Or if it is in an organization, so we have to, means all people supposed to be there in that portal, so all the organization name and all, so that will be forwarded to the ICC member of that person. So CPOC,
Okay.
a lot of resources will be available in that portal, so people can check in that cbox.nic.in. Okay,
Mm.
so that will be always there in that. Okay, yes.
So you would agree that a woman generally does not complain regarding at least sexual harassment at the drop of a hat. But when she musters up courage to speak up against the wrong, many a times what we see that she receives a lot of backlashing from her own other colleagues. क्यों कंप्लेन किया, नौकरी चली जाएगी, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए था, तू लेडी है, एडजस्ट करनी चाहिए. तो so here what advice would you give to all the other, say, bystanders or other colleagues, like how should they behave towards a lady who wants to actually speak up?
Okay, so as I told you, the basic thing is education. Okay, that
Right.
means people they're not confident about that. Okay, so I'm just telling you about the post law and the ICC committees thing. Everything is confidential here, and this
Hmm.
training has to be done to the people. People should know that first of all. So if somebody wants to complain, she can go and complain. No, not a single. It is very confidential. If somebody will know that other person will know, it will be a tough time for the ICC committee. So everything will be complained. Who are the complaint and who is the response, what is the complaint, the content of the complaint, how the proceedings are happening, what kind of punishment the person
Hmm.
is getting. Everything will be confidential. So first of all, these things a lady is supposed to know, because please understand, this lady is supposed to work in a beautiful, safe environment.
Safe environment. Hmm.
Yeah, not in a hostile environment. Okay.
Hmm.
So therefore, if somebody is discouraging, means they may feel that okay, it is not a wise decision to give a complaint to for another person. Okay, but my request all of them is that yes, if she is not getting a very courageous attempt out there, they can go to cbox.in, nic.in, and uh, and please understand, it has to be named, has to be there, because if they want to be keep themselves not utter their
Discreetly.
name
Yeah.
and all,
Hmm.
so it is
Hmm.
not, it will not be a good thing, good practice,
Hmm.
because you
Hmm.
cannot
Hmm.
be torch bearer kind of things. Second
Torch
thing,
bearer. Yeah.
yeah, you talk about me too and all these things here. This law is saying the before means if the incident happened today, within 90 days only the person has to complain, not
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
years, like 10 years,
Hmm.
15 years or
Hmm.
2 years or 1 year.
Hmm.
बिफोर
Hmm.
द इंसिडेंट का 90 दिन के अंदर ही हमको कंप्लेन करना पड़ेगा, एंड
Right.
90
Right.
दिन का
Right.
टाइम लेते हैं वो रीएड्रेस करते हैं.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
So one thing I forgot to tell you is that this law is called Prevention, Prohibition, and
Hmm.
Readdressal of sexual harassment at work.
Sexual harassment. Hmm.
Prevention means first job of the employer. Okay, your employer duty is to constitute a ICC, and ICC's job is to see that this supposed to be prevented. So
Hmm.
each one of us supposed to know that Baba, this is my company's policy. I
Hmm.
should
Hmm.
do all this kind of behavior.
Hmm.
The prevent.
Hmm.
Prohibit means कोई अगर कर रहा है उसको prohibit करना पड़ेगा, भैया ऐसा मत करो. So lot
Hmm.
of counseling, lot of training, lot of things has to be done. And
Hmm.
third is called readdressal, which I told you within 90 days it has to
Hmm.
the result has to come out from that. So this is
Hmm.
what the post law constitute.
Right, right, right. Sir, here one question popped up in my head. Suppose in our office, two people, two of the colleagues, they had one affair and both of them were married and it was very consensual. But later it goes sour and the lady complains using the sexual harassment. So, is it admissible because it was consensual for a very long period of time?
Yeah, so a lot of complaint which I also handle is that regarding this consensual relationship, it is not that married also. Sometimes what
Right.
happened, very young organization. So we have ITs and most
Hmm.
people are there. Office romance is okay.
Hmm.
Consensual relationship is not illegal inside the organization. Okay,
Hmm.
but my sincere request to all of your our viewer is that
Hmm.
if this relationship is there, we have to manage this relationship. Okay,
Hmm.
it should not be saying that okay, that is also if is there doing some PDA inside the organization, it is also a harassment. That means if they're holding hand, going, कोई इसको खिला दे रहा है and all,
Hmm. Hmm.
not good for a organization. That means if
True.
somebody is seeing that, it is not good for the organization.
Hmm.
So that also they have to look into. And
Hmm.
typically, what you told, it is not that merit. Sometimes they are in between. They broke up. Okay,
Right.
and
Hmm.
this lady has all the evidence, like calling her
True.
as
Hmm.
sweetie,
Hmm.
Janu, and all these things, having some pictures and other things.
Hmm.
Okay, now if it is broken up and she wants to take advantages of these things and put,
Revenge. Hmm.
yeah, so we call it malicious
Hmm.
complaint or fake complaint. So
Hmm.
ICC has a body. We have trained those IC people how to questioning these things. Okay, they will
Hmm.
definitely see the pattern of this complaint. What is the pattern? Okay,
Hmm.
therefore, the witness is again, as I told you that okay, we have to follow this. ICC people have to follow natural justice. That means they have to see evidence and they have to question the witnesses also. Okay, so those things are also very confidential. For example,
Hmm.
if I am taking a footage from my IT department who is having CCTV, so
Hmm.
that also very confidential.
Hmm.
Hello,
Hmm.
sorry. Uh, uh,
Footage, video footage.
uh, should I continue?
Yes, sir.
So what happened, in that case also this confidentiality has to be there. So break off or a marriage kind of things would happen, and sometimes I'm not saying it is a very high percentage of things. If I got less in my appraisal, or I want to take a revenge to my boss because he has bullying me and all these things, if that malicious or fake complaint comes, the definitely the ICC will recommend similar kind of punishment to the person who is
Punishment
okay.
on the women. Yeah.
Women
Okay.
also, because that is again
Hmm.
it is because please understand it's a person's career,
Hmm.
despondent careers and other that mental
Yes.
stress,
Yes.
and people may get into depression and all these things. So therefore very careful. Therefore I told you this ICC member has to be trained properly. They know how to counsel and all these things. They're supposed to have
Hmm.
this.
Okay. Okay. Sir, one of the viewers have asked has asked a question that pats on the back, does it amount to sexual harassment? Pats on the back.
Okay, I told you that okay, intent versus impact. Okay,
Hmm.
I don't know the intent of me, because the sexual harassment happened what the three way. If I am doing some unwelcome behavior, it is like somebody will say that okay, you are doing this unwelcome. Sometimes many cases which we are handling, that whatever you told is that I mean, with excitement or with giving them a very much motivation, boss or your colleague may come and give you a hug or giving you a proper handshake, which is more than 30-40 seconds. Okay, pat on the back and all these things. That my intent is good. My intent is good. But what is impacted that lady
Hmm.
depend on that. Okay, most of the
Hmm.
time we just when we receive this complaint, we just check it out. Okay, with the both the parties sitting with that if he is saying that okay he has no bad intention on that, and it is a first time offender, he
mm,
may not be getting into that complaint mode when that cycle will not come.
mm,
But
mm,
the
mm,
thing is that if he is doing knowingly, and some people are already told, sir, ये सब मत करो, बहुत लोगों को अच्छा नहीं लगता. Pat on the back is
mm.
always a sexual harassment as per the law. But the thing is that, okay, some people take it as a motivation and
Yeah.
thing.
Mm,
And some
mm,
people, therefore, the intent versus impact part we have to do it.
mm,
Okay, and that is no, no, that is what, what is the intention. If it is a
mm,
quid pro means कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ देना पड़ता है. If it is a quid pro,
mm.
the intention is bad there. Okay, that means
Bad.
you
Huh.
want a promotion, you want a hike, or
Mm.
you want to
Something in
change.
return.
Yeah, something has to do. Let's go for a dating and all.
Mm,
Definitely is a quid pro. But here, this is what we mostly, when we got this kind of complaint, we sit together and find out that, okay, if it is a first timer, so we seek a apology letter from the respond, and complain and counsel them that, okay, he should not do that. Okay, sometimes that is also done. And mostly again education. Okay, we feed, know, if that person knows that, okay, this will come, he may not do that.
mm,
Okay, he may not do
mm,
that. Okay, sometimes, why I will do it.
mm.
I'm not here to work.
Yeah, right, right. Sir, another question is that suppose at an official setting, people are sitting together and passing boys' jokes. Some boys, some men are sitting and passing boys' joke, and a lady is present, and they are not talking particularly about the lady, but they are passing general comments to each other. So, can the lady complain on sexual harassment using
Yes,
sexual harassment?
because workplace is not for jokes and other things. Okay,
Hmm.
jokes and other things. Therefore, I told you, 3W, women, workplace, and working relationship. Okay,
Right. Hmm.
these three things is the pillar of toss. That means
Hmm.
I have to complain to a woman. Sorry, there is a complaint, and if woman is sexually harassed, she can complain. Second thing is
Hmm.
that it should happen in a workplace, and they beautifully
Hmm.
define the workplace is what it is. It is their office, maybe in cafeteria, maybe in elevator. It may be, say, maybe company sponsored outing. Okay, company
Hmm. Hmm.
sponsor dinner or lunch. Okay, or it may be inside a training hall, maybe in a seminar and all. So they define that.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
And after COVID, they also defined workplace as their home also, because people used to work from home. Okay, there
Hmm.
also they have to behave. They have to, what they have to wear, and what they are,
Hmm.
the way they have to work
Present
there,
themselves.
present themselves
Hmm.
is there in the
Hmm.
training. Okay,
Hmm.
so third is the working relationship. Okay, so in that working relationship, both the people has to having a working relationship between that thing. Okay, now your question. Okay, we just diverted. Your question is that boys are there and they are making boys joke, which is not for that lady for consumption. Okay, my sincere request is that, okay, this lady can complain, and as a ICC member we will have to take the ICC this complaint. And though that is what we call it hostile environment, okay, they are making that environment hostile, kharab kar rahe hain.
Hostile.
Okay,
Hmm.
they may go to some other place and do that. Okay, where there is
Hmm.
no ladies there. Okay, we have 8 hours. After that, they are doing inside a cafe, or anywhere sitting there, passing boys joke or passing something is not at all a problem. But if, okay, this is happening in front of that lady inside the workplace, so it can be called as a sexual harassment.
Harassment. Okay. Okay. Sir, from your experience, एक ऐसा पेचीदा केस जो आपके नजर में आया हो अबाउट सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट इन अ वर्क प्लेस, जिससे हमारे व्यूअर्स को कुछ सीख मिल सकती है, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू टू काइंडली शेयर इट.
Yeah. So, for example, especially when we did this exercise with the JSPL, Jindal Steel Plant and all these things. So they told us about the security guard, security ladies who are standing in front of their gate. Okay, and they came for the training. Okay, that's we have to train every each one, in their premises. When this security lady came to us and told us about this complaint that people are coming without their identity card or without some identification, and they want to enter. When they supposed to, and they are entering, and if these ladies are mostly there, you will find this ladies will be there in the guarding that process.
Interest,
When they,
yeah.
yeah, the entrance, so these people are bullying, and sometimes they are showing that, okay, what kind of job you are doing and why you are doing this job. And second, third is they started abusing them in a very very bad language, and they say that this is a practice. If I tell my my bosses also,
Boss.
they are
Hmm.
also saying that, okay, chala do, ye nahi hai, theek hai, nahi.
Hmm.
But
Hmm. Hmm.
when I told them that they are coming into this law, and they supposed to complain that things, and this inside the gate also, near to that gate, this display these things. Okay,
Hmm.
they should not harass a lady employee in the, and they are into tears saying that, sir, you only give us this information, and we should, okay. I told that if you are not getting, if your ICC is not here listening to you, because that time ICC members are also there, said, okay, we
Hmm.
never got this kind of complaint on that. So they can definitely write to the ICC and say, and ICC job is to take up the case. So
Hmm.
these people saying that, okay, हम लोग बहुत छोटे नौकरी करते हैं, but every day people give us this kind of harassment, and they abuse us. They are showing some sign which is we cannot explain. Okay, and they do this through verbal, and sometimes physically they throw us yeah, and their things, so which is very very painful for us. Okay, हम लोग सोचते थे कि ये काम क्यों किया हम लोग. Okay.
Hmm.
So when we told them that thing, so I was just constantly following up with this organization, and they said that, okay, though we have received some, yeah, and we put entire no, whatever you suggest, signage and other things we put. Now the things has come up. Okay, and luckily I just find out from my other sources that, okay, now they are happy. They said, okay, now the complaint has yeah, and they are concentrating on their job. So this is a lot of things are there, and also a lot of cases are also available where
Hmm.
people can see that, okay, how this things have changed, organization setup, because there are organization, they are very very serious about their image. For
Hmm.
example,
Right. Huh.
if media knows that, okay, something happening and people are not
Hmm.
getting respect and all these things, ladies, first of all, they will come and start investigating the
Hmm.
things. Second thing
Hmm.
will be somebody from outside wants to join this organization, being a good
Hmm.
lady out there, she will always
Hmm.
have a doubt that अगर मैं ये कंपनी में जाऊंगा मुझे भी harassment होना चाहिए. So
Hmm. Hmm.
therefore these organizations are definitely looking into this small small things which
Details. Yeah.
maybe impact in
Hmm.
image and all this.
Hmm.
Because
So,
you have seen some example of media houses. Some houses has closed. I don't want to name those media house. Okay, but they have closed down because of this sexual harassment. Okay.
exactly. Hmm.
Okay, so therefore we have to be very, very careful about this, and all this because we have an imbalance in our yeah, and behavior. We need to change our behavior.
Behavior, yes. And sir, at the end, my last question to you would be what advice, what message would you like to give to the employers and the employees at an organization, be it big or small?
Yeah, each organization, as I told you, is that each organization supposed to first thing I have tell them that zero tolerance. Okay, if these complaints are coming, harassment, if it is coming, we have to have zero tolerance on that. Whoever will be, okay, whoever will be, what kind of skill set he may be having. But if that behavior will be there in that organization, some that is harassing others and all, they have to take care about that first thing. So zero tolerance
Hmm.
policy. and they have to put it as a policy document inside that. So any induction, new induction, they have to tell that this is our zero tolerance policy.
mm,
Second thing is training. Train
mm,
to your people. You know, each organization has a mandate today that okay, they have to train every 6 months about this harassment things. Okay, in
mm,
a case studies. So I used to go and train a lot of people on these things, and it is really changed their image and all these things. Okay, after that.
mm.
Okay, and people also, you know, some people say, ladies, especially women, say that we know these things. Okay, and gents, this is surprise. Gents,
Okay.
male,
Mm,
they
mm.
say that okay, sir, you trained us, so today we know that what I should not do or how
Right. Oh.
we should not behave in the organization. That is more important for us because on excitement or anything, overjoy or
Ah.
power or anything, because of non-awareness, we did many
Yes.
things. Maybe it may be impacting our lady colleagues out there,
Colleagues.
but yeah,
Mm,
lady colleagues. But then today you have we. So my sincere request is that organizations should conduct this kind of training and this kind of workshop and show them
mm,
a lot of resources, whatever case studies and all this, so that you know
mm.
people will be definitely this the
Be
objective
aware.
is safe workplace for everybody. That is our
Mm.
objective of this.
Right. Prevention is always better than cure.
So that is the law is saying also.
Yeah.
Law is saying prevent, prohibit, and readdress. Okay, so we have to prevent and these things.
Sir, thank you so much for this enlightening discussion. We got to know so many things
Thank you.
about posh law.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is, as you told, B.R.Patnaik. I work for IIG Varsity, and we, as an organization, do all this training, all your compliances training, like you know, like POS and POXO, cyber security, and a lot of training. We do all this in IIG Varsity. So anyone have any requirement, we will be happily help you to your organization get into the compliances mode, so that you will be very happy. Organization will be productivity will be higher. Thank you so much, Rohit.
Thank you so much, sir. And for all my viewers who is watching this message is for you. Now we know that the gravity of the situation we must understand, and we must understand the recourses available for us women at our workplaces in case a mishap like workplace harassment occurs. Understand that you have the power to speak up and fight back when silenced. And this message is for you. अभी पिंक का जो लास्ट ये है ना, पिंक अमिताभ बच्चन जो बोलते हैं स्टॉप मीन स्टॉप, वो भी वीडियो डाला जाएगा एडिटिंग में.
Okay, very nice.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो
Thank
मच
you.
ସେତେ ସମୟ ଦେଲେ.
Thank you. Thank you.
ଦେଖିବେ ଏଡିଟିଂ ହେଇସାରିଲା ପରେ ଏକ୍ସେଲେଣ୍ଟ ଆସିବ
प्राय ଆସିବ କେବେ?
କାଲି.
କାଲି? ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଠିକ ଅଛି,
ହଁ,
ଠିକ ଅଛି. Okay,
ଆପଣ
thank
ସେୟାର
you.
କରିବେ ଆଉ.
ହଁ, I will share everybody.
ମୁଁ ବି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ମାନେ ଲିଡ୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଦେବି.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
ରହିଲି ସାର୍,
ହଁ, ହଁ.
ନମସ୍କାର ନମସ୍କାର.